So, why the flat earth? Why do I believe in the flat earth, aka the plain earth? It all started back in 2015. I was on a quest for truth. I, I would say I began to be awakened, so to speak. I had an awakening in 2015. I started searching for truth and questioning a lot of things, asking questions, questioned the religion that I used to be affiliated with. I questioned just about everything, a lot of things. And then one day I stumbled across a video by, I think it was Eric Dubai. And at first I thought it was nonsense. I didn't want to pay attention to it. I brushed it to the side. But eventually, after a few days, piqued my curiosity and I decided to look at the video. And after looking at it, you could say I was never the same after that. I started looking at some more and I started to really pay attention to my surroundings. And certain things I began to be aware of, like, I never paid attention to the sky before. And after that, I looked more, I looked and paid more attention at the sky, outside. I observed, things I never used to pay attention to, like the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time. I saw that. Uh, a lot of different things. I started to really enjoy what I see outside, the sunlight, you know, um, realizing that the sky, the blue I see is, seem to me it's water up there. And there's a enclosed, there's a firmament or a dome, so to speak, a covering just for us. And the stars I see it as a the decoration in the sky just for us, not just for decoration, to please our eyes, but also as to tell us time, appointed times, times for certain things, time of the year, and so on and so forth. I started to pay more closer attention to certain things, like, the sun has nice yellow radiant warmth, and the moon gives off a kind of cold light. So I continued just just consuming the stuff that I've seen out there by some of my fellow like-minded individuals out there, and I've enjoyed it over the past year, 2 years or so. It's been a it's been and it still is a wonderful ride, learning truth and progressing in truth. It I question everything, everything about the ball Earth. When I think of it, it makes me wonder how is it that we were all fooled by this. These priests, these priests of pseudoscience, not real science, science based on facts and study and so on and so forth. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. But this pseudoscience will tell you and give you a theory without any evidence, no facts, no whatsoever, but based on the theories that they have, we believe it. This is the most absurd thing, We're being told that we live on this ball that floats or orbits within space and nothingness, spinning around the earth. Well, when I look, I see the sun right above my head, shining through the clouds sometimes. But the priest of science tell me that no, the earth is 93 million miles away from the sun. And the earth spins on its axis. And then after it spins on its axis, it spins around the sun. A never-ending cycle of spinning. This is what my priest of science told me. And I must believe that. You know, because the scientist has some kind of superior knowledge and he knows. Yeah. So, Earth is this ball that is in a vacuum of nothingness, space, with a few other little bits of matter in it. And my question is, how is it that nothing can exist within something? See, that's the greatest trick they played on us. See, once we believed in nothing, that nothing is something, then they threw in that stuff, they pushed that stuff in that earth, what we live on exists within nothing. Because that's what space is. Space is nothing. It's just a vacuum of space, empty space, and molecules and atoms just floating within it. There's nothing in it. And it's just vast, trillions and billions or whatever miles away from one end to the next. And I realized that this whole thing is, the whole intention is to make you believe that you are nothing, insignificant. Because if you think that there are trillions of planets out there, then who are you? It's designed as a system, or it's a doctrine. I call it a doctrine because it's a religion of science. The priests, scientists tell you that you live on this ball, this spinning ball, in infinite nothingness. I don't believe that nothing can contain something. I think that is ridiculous. That we should believe, or we believe, that something that does not exist, that is nothing. If it is nothing, it does not exist. But the scientists tell you that space exists, even if it's nothing. Nothing cannot exist. And so what we live in, we know that we exist. But we live in a plane of nothingness that is non-existent. This is the greatest trick that they ever pulled off. To make us believe that zero is something. That's why they can print money out of thin air. They can start with $0 and have $1. Start with $0 and have $100. Start with $0 and have $1 million out of zero. But how is it possible for zero to produce anything? It is impossible. Zero cannot bring forth one. One is first. One is alpha. One produces two, produces three. Out of one comes all. But the pseudoscientists, they have created their own number, zero, and, and decided that to make this zero something, make it exist. And without zero, you cannot have space. You cannot have a ball of spinning through nothing. You cannot have a ball of spinning through zero. And so I continue on this journey. And there is more. This is only the beginning. The children of the one have awakened. We have all been resurrected from our sleep, our slumber,